I invite you to find a comfortable position, sitting, standing, or lying down. And we will begin with a few deep breaths. Inhaling deeply, feeling your lungs fill up. And when it's full, hold for a second and let it go. Letting it all out. One more deep in-breath. Feeling the lungs fill up. And letting go. Slowly and gently. One last deep in-breath. And release. Relax and release. Softening your body. Letting it melt into relaxation. If you need to relax a little more, you're perfectly welcome to keep breathing deeply for a while. Otherwise, you can just breathe normally. I invite you to keep your focus on your belly or your chest as it comes up and down as you breathe in and out. Just the raw physical sensations on your belly or chest. And when you're ready, I invite you to think of one event in your life that is mildly upsetting. Just one event. Something that you still feel unsettled about. Please choose something that is not traumatic, only mildly upsetting. Traumatic events can also be dealt with, but it usually requires much more social support and time. Once you have chosen your mildly upsetting event, I invite you to play the video of the event in your mind, exactly how you remember it. And when you are ready, I invite you to begin with the R of rain. Recognize. I invite you to recognize any feelings or thoughts that come up as a reaction to this event. When you recognize a feeling, I invite you to name it, like frustration or worry, anger, and allow it to be there, holding it with kindness, just like the sky holds the clouds, gently letting it float wherever it wants to go, but always remaining in contact. If you have any thoughts, I invite you to recognize them as well. Thoughts about other people involved in the event, thoughts justifying your feelings, thoughts about what you should have done. I invite you to recognize those thoughts and just name them as thoughts. Oh, that's a thought. Just like that. There is no need to push those thoughts away. I invite you to allow them into your mind and let it sit there for as long as it wants. There is no need to push any feelings away. I invite you to allow them to be there as long as it wants. And if it wants to go away, I invite you to allow it to go away. And this is how we use the A of rain, which is allow. I invite you to give your thoughts and feelings total freedom to do whatever it likes in the vast space of your consciousness. And when you're ready, I invite you to move to the next step, which is the I of rain. Investigate. If you notice any feelings, I invite you now to investigate. Where do you feel it in your body? Is it a tightness in your throat? A heaviness in your chest? Some heat in your shoulders? Where do you feel those feelings? And what do those physical sensations feel like? Does it have a shape? Does it have a temperature? A texture? Is it heavy or light? Does it move or wiggle around? I invite you to investigate with curiosity. Does it have a color? A size? I invite you to notice all of its qualities and allow it to be exactly the way it is right here, right now. Holding it in the vast space of your consciousness. And now I will ask you a question. I invite you to allow your heart to answer the question. It may not come in words, but you might feel the answer in your body. The question is, what would you have to feel if you could not think or feel this way right now? Are your current thoughts or feelings covering up something deeper inside? we will add the last letter, N of rain, nourish. If the feelings are very strong, I invite you to nourish yourself with love. Imagining love flowing into your heart every time you inhale, supplying you with the loving space to hold those feelings with kindness. I invite you to pay attention to how those sensations in your body change as time goes by. Sometimes they will change in a few minutes. Sometimes they will change in a few years. We honor the mystery of feelings and any thoughts that come with them. I invite you to hold any feelings and thoughts that appear in your consciousness with the utmost tenderness and love. like a grandparent holding a baby grandchild. And when you're ready, we will go back to feeling our breath at our belly or chest for the last few minutes. Regardless of how successful you felt you were in staying focused today, please honor your intention and effort. That is the most important thing. In a moment, I will ring the chime 3 times, and when you are ready, I invite you to bring your awareness back to your ordinary state of consciousness. Welcome home.